If you're new to my channel, make sure to like and subscribe to continue receiving great reviews. Welcome today, everyone that's tuning in on this special interview that we're doing today with just one of the biggest reputation experts out there. He is killing it, and his business. I'm not going to steal his spotlight. I'm going to give him an opportunity to let you know all about his company that's helping small businesses manage their reputation online to bring more customers into your pipeline consistently using just the tools that are available for you online, mostly for free. So without further ado, Mr. Brandon J. Garcia from BKXX Enterprise.
I appreciate the introduction there. I really do. Super humbled to have the opportunity to kind of speak with you about this kind of passion of mine of helping local small businesses conquer the local market. I know it's kind of a big undertaking to do. And there are champions out there that pride themselves on being able to say that they've helped a business, get more customers in, and I'm working my way up to becoming one of those champions. So nice. A little bit about BKXX Enterprises.
Okay.
We were formed in the crucible of the 2020 pandemic, is what I like to call it there. I was an automotive sales consultant for a local dealership here in Ohio. And, coming in when I came in right before everything shut down early 2020, I got lucky, so to speak, because everybody wasn't hiring and things like that. And I just moved up to Ohio and was trying to find a foundational job to kind of plug myself into the community and build a network out that way. And I've known automotive for since 2011. Worked in the marketing department for a large Ford dealership for about a year and a half. And my out of the box thinking got me in trouble with one of the management. Right, it's probably still be doing that, but
they don't want you thinking outside the box, right?
No. They were rank and file status quo, and we've always done it this way, and that's the way it's going to be. It's worked for me. They're number one for a reason, so obviously it was working. But I was doing what I could to help them out, and make it a little bit better. So Anyway, moved out there, got into insurance, did group self-funded healthcare insurance and some sales and account management with that. And then, that transition to Ohio was a rough one. So going back to basics again, I started selling automobiles. Pandemic comes down, things were okay. People were still coming in, buying cars, inventory was okay. And then towards the last half of the year, that's when everything started going a bit awry, so to speak. I've never sold cars up in the north before when it gets wintertime. I always had the pleasure of selling cars in the summer when the heat and everybody's coming out every year to buy cars. So I really had to figure out how to drive traffic to myself. And get more clients until I can sell them cars. So I had a couple things against me. One, what the dealership itself was doing to advertise, and two, everybody kind of freaking out with everything else that was going on. So dove deep into what I did from the previous dealership to what I've learned, recently through Brunson, Cardone, Kennedy, and Napoleon Hill. And just started implementing those practices there. And as I was going through all of their materials, doing this for myself would be great, but doing it for other people would be even better because, it's better to give than it is to kind of do everything for yourself and be selfish. So, but the other selfish part of it was I needed help around my house. So I'm looking up landscapers, roofers, plumbers, people for the home service businesses. And in my local area, it's pretty rural. It's a little bit behind the times. And I couldn't find anybody.
Really?
And the people I did find, they said they were way too busy to do anything to help. So there were two things to kind of fight with regards to, getting help and work and service in. So being able to find them and then them being actually able to handle the job. So I decided to take the path of helping people find them and then figuring out how to scale them up after the fact. So that's kind of when I said, I'm going to dive into this local marketing, local SEO, and help businesses get found.
What did you discover?
I discovered a lot of businesses have a broken, cracked digital foundation. So the problem most businesses have are, they may have a website, but it's not connected properly online. So meaning it's not hooked up to the search consoles. And I know it's kind of a more advanced term, but Google doesn't know it exists. Okay. And neither does Bing. So without those connections and that code on the back of the website, letting the search engines know that there's actually a website there, it's very difficult for businesses to be found. And it would take a long time for them to start ranking, years and years and years, right? And businesses that have been around for years, yes, they are ranked number one in the very, very, very small local area. But if we're looking to expand out, next town over, general regional area, then more work would need to be done. And that's where I would come in to fix that. So they then can expand out just from the single town that they may be showing up in when someone searches does a near me type search.
Okay. Like a location. That's just what local businesses need. They need the traffic from people near them. Okay.
Right. So, I mean, the one of the number one searches, on Google currently is, I need X near me, local plumber near me, local electrician near me, or, lawyer near me. That's the number one type of search that is performed on Google.
Okay.
So the second thing that I found was there's no business listings out there. And so what does that mean? So everybody knows what the yellow pages are, right? Or at least people our age do. Maybe the younger generation has no clue what a what a yellow page book is, and how we had to search through there to find anything.
They've probably seen them in pictures.
Yeah. That's about it. So yellow pages is still around. Surprisingly, they've evolved and digitized just like many of the other companies. But Google is the largest directory on the planet. It's the number one search engine that's out there, and they have a lot of free resources that help local businesses if the time is put in to manage them. And the most powerful program that they have is called Google Business Profile. So a lot of the businesses that I would kind of research and look up to at least help me out, they didn't even have that. And if they did have it, it wasn't claimed, which is kind of, I wouldn't say dangerous, but it would be a problem, because if your competitor searches the business out, they can claim it and shut it down and say it's not even open or doesn't even exist. So
I love that point, but just real quick, to do this, to set up this Google My Business, is it free to be, so it's sort of like you said, yellow pages, and you get a listing in the yellow pages. And yellow pages, you didn't have to pay for that as a business owner, right?
Yes, to run an ad in the yellow pages, to actually be in the yellow pages, you did have to pay to have your square on one of the pages in there. So now, for an ad,
but not to be listed.
Correct. Yeah, you can have your business in there as your phone number and address, things like that. Okay.
So the Google My Business is sort of like that listing, not an ad, but a listing in the most powerful, it's the most powerful search engine on the planet.
Yes, it absolutely is. There are some rivals out there. Obviously, you have Bing is probably the number two, and then you have Yahoo Local and things like that. But all of that information it can be ported over from Google. So you don't have to be an expert on all three. You do it on one, and it can translate over to the other two, which is super nice.
Okay. And you found that lots of businesses aren't even taking advantage of this.
Yeah, a lot of businesses aren't even taking advantage of it. Even those that are on Google itself and have claimed their business aren't taking advantage of the free tools with regards to the postings that can happen or that you can put on there. Just like you would post on Facebook or Twitter, you can actually make a post in Google, which will help with your local SEO and rankings and show that you're active on the platform. And that gives you more clout that Google likes you because you're providing valuable content to then show the listing above another person. So, not having that profile hurts the business. For those that did have the profile, though, what I saw after that were reviews.
Okay.
Reviews are kind of a controversial subject. A couple of years ago, there was a big kick and swing and you need more reviews. You got to get more reviews, and companies were review spamming, I guess is the best way to call it, to where they had internal employees going in and leaving positive reviews. They were paying for reviews and things like that, and it kind of put a black mark on the whole process of trusting the reviews. So a lot of the reviews didn't have good trustability. But that aside, they're still important because it's that word of mouth deal. So, you go, you want to go talk to your neighbor. Who do you think the best plumber is, right? And your neighbor tells you, I like Joe Bob down the road. He fixed my pipes. He was super reasonable and things like that. It's like, great, I'm going to go look Joe Bob up. And looking him up, they see the other reviews to kind of validate their friend, what the friend said. It's like more likely to get a call.
It's, I think I saw a statistic somewhere that 80% of people look for those reviews, and whether they're spam or whether they're true or not, people still look to those reviews to help them make decisions about doing business.
100%.
Yeah.
And so with that, that's, and seeing those issues. So I had the digital foundation program that was all set to go, fix the business listings, get the Google business profile and stuff. Then I saw the need for more reviews. So now currently in development of a reputation management program. In that program, it's either done for you or done by you, to where you get the software to manage manage any review that comes in from any location. So whether it's Google, Yahoo, Yelp, Facebook, BBB, anywhere across the web where someone can leave you a review, this software is amazingly powerful and will pick it up.
Okay? Really?
And you'll be able to make a response to it.
Oh, and really?
Making those responses to that review gives your business more credibility in the space as well. And it's great for search engine optimization or SEO, because you can be able to sprinkle in your keywords for things that the business does, and shows Google that, yes, we do plumbing, thanks for choosing Joe Bob's plumbing service. We pride ourselves in helping the people in XYZ city. We hope you don't have another issue, but if you do, call us again, type deal. So, having that engageability on your reviews is kind of like having the engageability on all the other social platforms. If you do make a post and someone makes a comment, so those same algorithms still come into play. So that's all part of the service to help boost the credibility of the business, and shows that you care about your customers, and seeing responses from the business just makes people feel better about your business, that you actually care, you're engaged, you're involved, the business is operating properly, and they can really solve the problem. So that's the basis, core foundation of BKXX Enterprises, what we do, why we do it, and how we're doing it.
Are you enjoying this video? now's the time to smash that heart button and hit the subscribe. What are you waiting for? You'll be glad you did. Now back to the video. Oh, nice, nice. That's interesting how so you talked about discovering those three things that you saw were happening with these businesses. If I'm a business owner right now and I don't, and I think I am gonna have to come to you for some for some help. You mentioned that Google My Business, and I don't have one set up. If I'm a business owner that doesn't have one set up, where do I start?
Okay, it's super simple and easy. I mean, I have a guide. It's a free guide that you can get if you go to. It's actually a super long URL slug, so we'll make sure you get the link. We'll put the link in the comments below on where you can get the free guide. But it's real simple on how to get it set up. So you go to business.google.com. You'd sign into your Google account, either your business Google's account or a free account. More on free accounts later, but so you sign into your Google account and you just follow the process. So you go to the homepage and I think it says click to get started, and you would search for your business name. If it's anywhere to be found on the web, Google searches everywhere, anywhere and everywhere, right? So they may have already picked your business up and made a page for you that you would just locate and claim. If they can't find it, then you would say add your business to Google. And you would just simply follow the prompts and the process to where you put the business name in, you put the address, you put your hours, your telephone number, contact information, your booking calendar if you have one there. If you don't, there's a ton that integrate directly into Google that they offer.
Wow. So you could add your booking calendar right there in Google.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So
that's nice. And then once everything is set up, you'll have to be verified. Now, certain businesses are difficult to verify. So and by certain, I mean, if you're working out of your home, okay, if you don't have a physical location where somebody can come to actually conduct business, you're not allowed to have your address there. It'll need to be in there initially because one of the verification ways is by a postcard that would come to you via mail, and you put in the code that is in there, and then you're a verified business. Another way would be a telephone call or text message. So it'll go to, make sure you put in a cell phone for that to happen to get telephone call or text message. And then the other way is through Google Search Console. And so I mentioned that before about having your website connected to Google properly. So on your website has all of your business information, and if you have your local business information coded in your website properly, and your web domain is on Search Console, it will verify via console, and you don't have to do anything. And that's the simplest, easiest, fastest way to do it. In fact, and one of the clients that I worked with last year, they'd been around for years, but they had never verified their Google My Business. And as soon as I put them in and click verify, instantly verified because they were already on Google, and or at least Google knew about them because of Search Console and their SEO work that they've already kind of had set up.
Nice. So, man, this is you're speaking the more you talk, I'm just okay, I need to do this because you're saying that you can have all these features that Google is giving to you as the largest platform out there, that billions of searches are going on every day. You need to be found. As a business owner, you need to be found. And if you're not being found, you're missing out. You're missing out on a big opportunity. What type of impact do you think it could make for or what type of impact have you seen from someone that wasn't on the Google platform and then someone that is now on it?
Okay. Yeah. So a business that actually found me through Google My Business here locally. They looked up for a digital marketing agency, and I was top 3 in the Map Pack, and I have some decent reviews coming up or on there. And he called me up, and when I asked him how he found me, he mentioned Google. So I was like, cool. So it was an automotive garage, still in business. They founded in January. And then most small businesses fail in the first couple months. They're still plugging along. So I'm doing something right for them.
That's awesome.
So yeah, they called me up. They launched in January. I think January 15th is when I got them officially verified. It took about 2 weeks to get them verified because of the mail process. And February, we did some top of funnel things with some direct response, direct mail marketing, which kind of drove people to look the business up. And so from January to February, and then February to March, they doubled their phone calls in from having a Google My Business presence.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah. And so like their impressions, I mean, they were, I put pictures up of the business and things like that. And Google really likes you starting off, right? So they'll kind of give you that free organic reach, right off the bat. Then obviously they actually want to do paid ads, things like that. But as long as you stay consistent with engaging content, they'll still continue to put your stuff out there. But I mean, they were getting, thousands of photo views and, I think 1.2 or maybe 1.6 thousand impressions per month that people were at least seeing who they were. They were showing up in the map packs. Now, whether or not they were selected or not, that comes down to where exactly you rank in the listings and how many reviews that you have. So, more reviews kind of draws people to the business to click on to learn more about and go to the website. And it's that top of funnel doorway to get you down into your site or your sales funnel to start, getting engagement with your prospects and then being able to remarket after the fact.
Nice. That top of funnel. If you build it, they won't come.
Yeah, unfortunately, with marketing, it's not like the field of dreams, right? We wish it was, or you build it, they will come. That does have some truth to it. They will come if it's set up properly, right? So just because you say you're a business owner and you have a website out there, if the right channels don't know that you exist, nobody's coming to see you.
Yes. Yeah. You can be excited as you want, but yeah, you have to get the word out, and that's a great source. It's a great source, and from what you're saying, it seems like it's highly untapped, but it can have a big impact.
Yeah, and it really can. And I know, the mid 20 or the mid 2000s, I should say, 2010s and in that area. It's kind of weird talking like that, but Google is getting bad raps as far as like, the data and people's privacy and things like that. They've since kind of quelled that stuff down. They tried their own social platform with Google Plus. And what they've done with that is merged it into that Google Business Profile program. You can still follow businesses. You can interact with them via reviews, and you can see the content that they are producing, through their updates, which are kind of like mini blog posts. And every Google Business Profile gets a free website. It's not, I wouldn't call it a website. I would call it more of a landing page, so to speak. So you get a free business landing page that is very rankable. You can add a specific domain to it, so you can kind of keep track of the hits that go there, with a custom number and things like that. Yeah, so I mean, the amount of tools are just insane. You also get a marketing kit through Google as well. So you'll get templated social posts that you can put up, with regards to your business hours and reviews that are left. And you get a mini video that you can have created that kind of highlights certain aspects of your business. And it's all at no cost. You just have to know where to go to to find it. The only cost would be, if you didn't know, paying somebody to do it for you. That's where the cost would come in.
Oh man, it's unbelievable the things that are available to businesses to get the word out, and how many of them are either low to no cost.
Mm-hmm.
And with a powerful, you just can't say enough about how powerful Google is. It's so powerful that they're not called a search engine. They've actually had the term, just Google it.
Mm-hmm.
Just Google it. So there's, you know what, I did a video some months ago, and I did some research about search engines, and I think I found that Google is responsible for like 90% of the entire world's searches, about 90%. And there is another one, the second place, and it's like the Chinese search engine, because I think it's called Baidu.
Mm-hmm.
Baidu, yeah. And then I think Yahoo is a distant third. Yeah, it's crazy. How important would you say it is to have to set up your Google My Business?
I think it is after you file for your LLC, that's the next step that you need to do. That's how important it is. Because again, when people are looking for services, they're going to Google. You know, I think every web browser, unless it's well, there's only really three major ones: Firefox, Chrome, and Edge, I think is what it's called now.
Okay, Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft Edge defaults to Bing, but Firefox and Google or Chrome defaults to Google for their search. So even if they're not going to Google itself, they're just typing it into the search bar there. You know, plumber, electrician, roofer, whatever near me. And if like I said, if Google doesn't know you exist, you're not going to show up, and showing up is half the game.
Nice. Well, you've given us some super great information that I'm going to be talking to you about later.
Sounds good. Yeah, happy to help.
Yeah, you know, especially I want to, because I don't have we probably have a lot of people that don't have a traditional brick and mortar location, or an actual physical location. So I think that is what really interests me about being able to be found, even though I don't have a physical location, such as someone that might be running a coaching business. You have a legitimate business, but that address for your business might be your home address. And so if you're in if your home is in a residential neighborhood, but I think I've seen it. Is the Google business tied into Google Maps?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So since I think I mentioned before, they're getting rid of the actual app itself, but Google business is 100% tied into Google Maps. So where to manage your business after everything is set up. So you either go to Google and you Google your business name itself while you're logged into your account, or you go into the Google Maps to then search for your business name, and then you just click on your card, and then you can manage it there. So even though you may not have a physical address on your account, you know, it will know that you're at least in the specific city and where you service. So, you know, as a coach, you know, you can service the entire United States, you can service Canada, abroad, like wherever you want. You can actually put in your service areas without having a physical address listed on your profile. So that's how you get away. That's how you kind of get away with it. And again, if you don't have a brick and mortar location, part of Google's terms of service is to remove your address, but you can still put in your service area. So, if you only want to run coaching service in Florida, you just put Florida. If you want to do it the entire United States, then you do the entire United States. And you can also sub niche it down geographically as well for better local responses. So even though you do United States, you can then make it hyper local that, you do, Tallahassee, Florida, or, Atlanta, Georgia, along with that you work nationally as well.
Nice. Well, I'm sure that, you're doing a lot of good things for local businesses, because whenever, I think the lifeblood of local businesses are leads coming in. That's the lifeblood. That's like an IV. Because if you don't have leads coming in, you don't have business. And that's a lot of reasons why a lot of businesses may be going out of business if they don't have it. So I'm sure that there's some people listening today that might be interested in getting a little more information and how you can help them. So let us know.
Yeah, so below this video, you'll have the link to get the free guide. So that's there for you to download, 100% free, along with the PDF file. You'll get video training with it as well. In the first email that comes to you, there'll be a link for the video training on how to walk you through, set it up if you're not a big reader. So no worries there. And then, I'm available for an initial consult, at no cost for the initial consult to help you get set up. Ongoing management, there would be, a monetary fee for that, and that would be discussed there. And then when it comes to the reputation management side, once you're all set up as well, that is going to be key and crucial to maintaining that part of your Google business profile, and would be an available add-on package to the Google My Business Management. But yeah, you just click the link below in the first comment there, and you'll get your free guide.
All right. That's been it's been an eye-opening conversation with you, Brandon, and I love what you're doing. Thanks so much for the branding that you've helped me with, and I'm sure that you'll continue helping other people out there. We'll leave your contact information down below for someone to reach out to you, and then we will talk with you later.
Sounds good. Much appreciated. Thanks again.
All right. Thanks for coming on today.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to you soon. Bye. If you're just starting out online, you're probably studying a lot. That's great. You're probably geeking out on all the strategies also, right? Well, that's also great. But the hardest part is figuring out how to communicate in a way that makes someone want to buy from you and how you should sell to them, right? Well, that's also what I struggled with for a while until I found the formula. So I created this free 5-day challenge called the Make More Money Marketing Challenge to get you on track with your marketing and, more importantly, the right sales scripts and processes to get it off the ground and getting people to take you up on your products, services, and your opportunities. You want to come? Well, there's small groups on purpose so I can answer your direct questions for 5 straight days. You can hold your spot by going to www.thementalmarketer.com/4M challenge sign up. Again, that's thementalmarketer.com/4M challenge sign up. Check the site for dates and times. I'll see you on the inside.